Greetings, everybody. Ecto Eric here. Welcome to Class 5 Collection. So, for the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing ghost stories for Christmas time because on Christmas Eve, in my family, my great grandmother, who came from England in the early 1900s with her husband, and in tow was my 4-year-old grandmother on my dad's side. So, of course, back then there was no TVs, there was no radios. So, they would sit by the fire or by candlelight and they would tell stories, ghost stories. Now, ghost stories for Christmas time were not meant to scare or make you, jittery or anything. It was more of a lesson of how life is. So let's buckle in and let's take a gander. I'm going to do my best to remember some of these. I think I have 2 or 3 of them. So haven't said these in a long time. So all right, guys, let's buckle in and go with it. Let's do this. Tonight's story is going to be about an old, grouchy, cynical gravedigger by the name of Gabriel Bush in his meeting on Christmas Eve with a goblin. Let's get into it. Gabriel Bush was an older man, and for many decades he was the church groundkeeper and gravedigger. On this Christmas Eve, he was on his way with his lantern and shovel to dig a grave for someone to be laid to rest in a few days. So he passed some homes and he got to the church. He went to the far side of the graveyard near a wall and proceeded to start digging. He put his lantern down, proceeded to start digging. The snow was falling very light, not much wind. It was actually pretty decent. Some time had passed and he could hear people singing. He could hear children way off in the distance having fun. He decided to block all that out and continue on his work. Then he had heard something rustling, something walking towards him. So he stopped digging, said, "Who's there?" No response. It's probably just the wind. Continues the digging, even though there really was no wind. A few moments later, he heard a slight chuckle. He stopped digging. He said, "Okay, who's there? You shouldn't be here." Then he heard another chuckle. Not child, not adult, something in between. So he grabbed his lantern and shined it around. All he could see was headstones. So he proceeded to go back to work. Then he heard a voice start speaking. And it said, "Oh, why are you working on a Christmas Eve night?" He put down his shovel, grabbed his lantern, shined it towards the headstones. And then he caught a glimpse of something that looked like a child. So he really got a better look as his eyes adjusted. This was no child or no man. It was a creature, a goblin or something. He was startled, but not afraid. There was something about it that didn't threaten him. So it came closer to him, and he says, "Do not be afraid. I'm just here to talk to you, Gabriel Bush." Hearing this creature say his name really frightened him more than how the creature looked. How do you know my name?" He said, "I know some things about you, and I know you weren't always like this." And he goes, "I have no business with no goblin." He said, "I go back to work." "Oh, okay. You have no business with a goblin then." "Well, I have business with you." So he put his shovel down, and the creature came towards him. He backed up, but he had nowhere to go. He was against the church wall. "Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. We have a journey to go on this Christmas Eve." The creature reached out its long, spindly fingers and touched Gabriel Bush's long jacket. Then he was no longer in the cemetery. He was in this cavern with little sparkling lights that reminded him of fairies or maybe fireflies. And he said, where are we? He said, we're on our way. We're going to show you. I am going to show you something. Next, they're not in the cave anymore. He is on the street and he's walked many, many times past the home that he's passed hundreds of times that he just ignored. So they go closer to it and he can see a young family inside. The father was putting a log on the fire. The mother had picked up the young daughter, put her on her lap, and brushed her long hair out of her face. And as Gabriel and the goblin watched the family, Gabriel started to feel a little lighter than he had in a long time. And he goes, I remember. And the goblin said, you also may remember this. And everything blurred. And then there was a very, very golden mist. And then as things started to clear up, Gabriel could make out a young boy turned away from him. And as the boy turned, he was holding a wooden horse. And when he saw the face, he recognized it was him at the age of 8. And he was holding the horse because that was his favorite toy. Then he proceeded to give it to a young girl. It was his sister. He told the goblin this was our last Christmas together before she passed. The goblin said, I know. He said, I had forgotten. He said, Gabriel, forgetting is not like losing. You still have this inside you. She would want you to have good feelings again. You need to let go. The world is not as bad as you think it is. There's still good people out there. Don't do this to yourself. Then he found himself back in the cemetery. And the goblin said, I think my job is done here. Good luck to you, Gabriel Bush. And the little creature scurried off behind the headstones. Gabriel took his lantern, he left his shovel there, and he walked home. And he was wishing everybody he saw a Merry Christmas. And from then on, everyone was like, he changed. He's much happier. So some people say it was the spirit of Christmas, and some people say it was the goblin. Gabriel Bush said it was both. Well, guys, I did my best. I hope I kind of hit it. I hope you liked it. So hopefully I'll have another one maybe tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. Please take care. Keep that happy spirit of yourselves going. Whether you believe or not, try to be good. Take care. Peace.